groomsmen. I'll be your host, Jonathan. Today I'm using La Mano que Morde as the hand that bites. This is from Ariana And Evans. I'm pretty sure you can buy this on this regular A&E site. I think I bought it from the club membership. This is in the K2E base. Scent notes are black tea, jasmine, agarwood, cardamom, labdanum, and sandalwood. For me, it's a really, probably one of my favorite black tea scents. Probably the black tea favorite scent. It's really, I mean, I don't want to keep saying it's really nice. It's definitely black tea, but it's got just a bit of a spiciness, and then a really nice sweet creaminess that kind of goes really well with the tea. It's like tea and cream that you kind of get from that sandalwood and I think the labdanum. It gives you that really nice kind of creaminess there with it, and a little bit of sweetness from that jasmine. It's just it's a really nice black tea, bit of spiciness, nice creaminess, good tea scent. But I got it all lathered up here with my Panta Rei brush from Italy with a 2-band badger knot. I think it's a 2-band silver tip, something. It's a nice badger knot with a Euro bulb. Lather, obviously, it's fantastic. If you guys haven't seen the A&E cream before, the soap, but the A&E lather. A&E makes a really great soap. They got their new Legacy base. Well, I guess they've had a couple soaps that they've released within the club, and the new Legacy base that he's doing for like some limited sets. And but it all kind of came as part of a testing thing from this big new set he's making for Daniel Malo, which is a barber over in Italy, and they are doing a big partnership with A&E, and I don't know how much they're buying, but they're buying this whole line. The special, base, the special soap, special jars. It's like twice as much soap per jar than the regular A&E jars. I think we get, 4 ounces in an A&E tub, I think. I don't know what it says on here. 4 ounces. And I think the new one's like 7 point something. Like, it's a lot of soap. It's meant to be like kind of competing with like Legacy, like the really old tiny like type of soaps that are, man, I forget which one it is right now. Like the hard soaps that last forever that are kind of made over there in Italy. The name will come to me later. It's gonna bug me. Anyways, so he's making that. It just dropped in the club for pre-orders for club members. I'm not sure when he's going to release it out to the open. I know it's going to be, he's got the big order to ship out to Italy for this, general release. Anyways, I picked up a set of that on a pre-order. I'm excited for that. Soap in a Splash. I don't know if they're making an EDP for it or not. And then I also picked up a set of, I was kind of holding off to buy them together. I waited until that one released, but I bought a set of the A&E collaboration with Pastor's shop out in New York. They still have an online front and a physical storefront there in New York City. Looks pretty awesome. I have not ever been there, but I bought some stuff from their online store before. But they did a collab with A&E not that long ago. And you can only buy it through Pastor's. And if you have a club membership, you can buy it through there. Dural is the name of that one. But since I didn't have either one of those yet, because I just ordered them as a birthday present to myself, I decided to use my next favorite A&E scent, the hand that bites. So for the razor today, I'm using the birthday shave. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in the title, but if not, this is my birthday shave. I'm using the Wolfman. This is the 1.15. I have 2 Wolfmans. I bought them both off the Buy Sell Trade page because I'm cheap. I have the 1.25 and the 1.15, and I really prefer the 1.15. It's very smooth. Minimal blade feel, which is kind of what I generally like. The blade is new though. I've never tried one of these blades. We'll see how this goes. This is a Gillette Super Stainless blade, a vintage blade. These ones are, I didn't see on the back of there. I had it still like in the cellophane wrapping on this little card. Made in Argentina, which I think is kind of cool. I don't know that I've ever used a blade made in Argentina before. Copyright 1991, made in Argentina, so super stainless. We're gonna try them. From what I've read, they're pretty good. Several things compare them or something. They're the same as the ones that are marked the spoiler, which get pretty good compliments. I don't know. I was looking for my Shelf O blades. I was pulling out a new pack of Rapira Super Stainless, or at least that's what I was looking for. I didn't end up finding them, and while I was looking for them, I kind of rummaging through and came across this pack of blades, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll try that out. And I figured if it didn't work, then I would try, I would just swap it out with the Rapira. It's okay. Not knocking my socks off, smooth or nothing, but the blade's good. The razor's nice. Definitely don't get me wrong on that. I wouldn't like go out and drop $500 trying to buy a bunch of these blades because they're the best blade ever. It's okay. If you happen to get a pack, like I think I got this pack with something else. Like I bought some old vintage stuff a while back, and that was one of the things that came with it. And a lot. Old stainless steel blades hold up pretty well. If you end up using carbon steel blades, those ones have a tendency to not last. Those have no trouble cutting through. I think I had like a week growth on here. I kept meaning to shave, and then I was like, I'll just wait for my birthday. Do one big shave. Wolfman razors are expensive. If you've never looked them up before, they're made in Canada. Just one dude. He has his own machine shop and he does everything else. I think he's got like an apprentice, but he doesn't do mass like production. He does everything kind of one off, and so it keeps his prices high. I think if you're doing the base, like matte finish, they're pretty reasonably priced, but if you start getting into the super high polish options and then the hollow handled, he's got two options. You can get like the regular handle, or you get this is the regular one, but he has hollow handle options if you want to balance out your razor that way. That gets pretty expensive. You can end up spending like over $1,000 on your razor options there. So like I said, I brought these ones off the buy sell trade page. This is a full like matching hand on everything. The other one I have is a 1.25, which obviously is a little bit bigger gap than this one. That one I bought just the head. Somebody was selling it and it was cheap, so comparatively speaking cheap. I think I spent $125 on just the head. I think this one, I can't remember if I traded for it. I think I might have traded for this one. Very good shave though. The blade it's smoothed out. Like it wasn't bad before, but I have noticed after like basically that pass, it's a little bit smoother right now. I wouldn't have been surprised if the blade was like a dud. It wasn't very easy to get out of the container. These are, these old ones like this, you slide them out. You're supposed to put your thumb on there and slide out one way or the other. It's got an opening on each side, so I wasn't sure which way to go. And there's no spring on these, which is kind of weird. So it was actually not very smooth to get out. I like use my finger and like kind of grab the little grooves of the blade in the middle there and kind of slide it out. It was not easy. So I wasn't sure how it was going to work with the blade. Most of those old vintage ones like that, like the old Shicks that I use still, they have like a little catcher and there's like a spring under there and they slide out fairly easy comparatively speaking. So I don't know. Interesting. I know Wolfman razors gets a lot of opinions one way or the other, and I share most of them. It's hard to, they're very, very pretty razors. I've not used a WR1 before, but they're good looking razors as well. But the prices are, they're pretty high. No doubt about it. Now, is it worth the price? I mean, I think that kind of just depends on every individual. I can't tell that to you. Your budget will obviously make a large portion of that decision for you. Obviously, I've not bought a Wolfman new off his website. I've looked at them, but I've not bought a new Wolfman. Most of my razors that I've gotten that are on the more expensive side, I've bought via the buy sell trade page because there's a pretty healthy secondary market for that kind of thing. That being said, I have bought a few things brand new. It just depends. I mean, they're not as expensive as the, what's that new one that costs like $1,000? The Titleus? Tedaleus? Titleus? They had the Titleus Essence, which was like a shavette, and then they had, I can't remember what they called the DE one. It's very cool looking DE, I'll give them that. The head design is pretty cool looking. It's nothing like cosmically different as far as like the blade presentation or anything. That's cool, it's very cool looking. Very, very expensive. Limited production, numbered, comes with I think you have to buy it like as a set with like the stand and everything. Yeah, I think it costs like $1,000. I did just ask a gentleman, did a post where he used that, the Titleus DE, and then an Outlaw Evolution, I think a titanium version, and what was the third one? He had 3 razors on that. They were all, a Wolfman. And I asked him which he preferred of the 3, just I was curious. Usually when you ask people like that, they kind of cop out a little bit and they don't want to tell you. But he answered. He made a joke about it, but then he said if he had to choose, like his hand twisted behind his back or whatever, between the Wolfman, the Titleus, and the Alpha Outlaw, he said he preferred the Alpha shaving Outlaw, shave-wise, if he had to pick one. I thought that was interesting. I've not used any razors from Alpha or Alpha shaving. But that recommendation made me want to try one. Well, yeah, it's a good blade though. I mean, it's something, like I said, it's something magical with the blade. If you're like a blind test between that and one of my favorite modern blades, I don't think I'd tell a difference. They're so good though. However many years later they've been made, they're still good. Last pass. It's gonna be a nice birthday shave though. Just had to keep off a nice weekend. Got the pool all cleaned up for the kids. It was getting a little green, so I had some chemicals in there, some bleach and stuff, and I don't know, nice and crystal clear so the girls could swim, and took the girls out to the library. My boy didn't like to go to the library much, but I got him a book so he could try and read anyways. Trying to get him to be more excited about reading, so even if you want to go to the library, you'd rather go ride his bike and play with his friends. Being a teenager, that's fine. But I picked him up My Side of the Mountain, if y'all have ever read that one. So a really good kind of middle school, high school age book. But it's about a kid that runs away, actually. I read it when I was his age or so. Probably a little younger. I read a lot when I was a kid, so I probably read it when I was younger than him, but it's a good book. If you get past the whole, it's not like glorifying running away. Maybe it is a little bit. But this kid grows up in the city, and he decides to run away up to some property that his family has up in the mountains. He doesn't have nothing on it, because he doesn't like the city life. And he runs away up there and just starts, kind of being a survivalist. And he's like 12, I think, in the book or something like that. And he ends up going to the nearby town and he gets some books on like edible food, edible plants and stuff like that, and how to build snares from like a public library. Builds himself a shelter. Ends up snatching a baby hawk and training that up. It's just a cool book. If you kind of like that survivalist kind of stuff, it's very cool. I like the Hatchet. Hatchet's like that too. That one's kid is in a small prop plane going through like the Canadian forest. Meet his dad. And the plane, the pilot had a heart attack. The kid had fallen asleep during the plane ride, and it was like a small, like little Cessna or whatever. And he'd fallen asleep, and then at some point during the plane ride, the pilot had a heart attack. And then it was just kind of on, settings were trimmed and stuff, so he just kept flying at whatever heading he had when he had his heart attack. And so the kid had no idea where he was at. And, all he could see was trees. And the plane eventually ran out of gas, and they fell down into a lake, narrowly surviving. And then he's out in the woods, middle of Canadian forest. And the only thing he's got is a hatchet that he had on his belt as a recent birthday gift. But they're kind of educational books too. One, they're fun to read. But you can definitely learn some stuff from that, how to build fires and snares and traps and stuff. He kind of usually gives pretty good directions. Anyway, I like that kind of book. Or at least I did when I was a kid. So hopefully he'll like it if I can get him to read it. Just doing a couple touch-ups here. This should be a nice easy week of work, one of my short weeks. And I'd take another day off at the beginning of next week, so I have a nice long weekend. I'm gonna take my boy camping. We have like an annual father-son camping trip. So that's pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to that. That was a shave. Great shave. The Wolfman is really fun to use. I'm gonna do a nice rinse here, warm water to get the soap off, and then cold water to kind of close up the pores and everything. As far as the shave goes, it's very smooth. The Wolfman, the 1.5 is super, super smooth. I will be honest, it doesn't have the level of efficiency that I normally like it from the Winning, which is one of my favorite razors. The Winning's a little bit more efficient. The Wolfman might be a little bit more smooth. I do have that 1.25. Last time I used it, definitely more blade feel in that one. I think it's just the gap that changes and not the blade exposure within the WR2 range. But it feels like a lot more blade feel with that larger gap, and I didn't get the bump and efficiency that I wanted for the kind of blade feel that I felt I had. Anyways, I'm gonna do a splash and then I'll be back for aftershave and final thoughts. All right, I'm back. Thanks for sticking with me. I got the matching splash here. Such a good scent. Get a little bit more of the jasmine in the splash, like right off the top. Oh, it's so nice. Such a nice tea scent. And the notes that are with it are so complimentary. Like it's a nice spicy black tea. Not like super spicy, just a little bit of like a very flavorful, rich black tea. But that light, sweet note, a little bit of the woody notes. You get a little bit more of the woody notes in the splash too. And that creaminess from the sandalwood. So nice. It would probably make a really good EDP. I don't know why he hasn't made one. He makes EDPs for a lot of his sets, but he never made one for this one. Or if he did, I totally missed it. Smells great though. But I want to match it with some Sangre de Drago from PAA. It's sandalwood and oud. I think it'll... I don't get any of the tea scent from there, but I'll get some nice woody oud sandalwood notes on there, and that'll match good enough, I think. Smells great. That was a great shave though. Like I said, the Wolfman, my cheeks are pretty smooth, but not perfectly smooth. It's a damn fine shave for sure. It's not like perfect BBS. Same thing with my neck. I'm very comfortable going to work. It was a good shave. It just wasn't the best shave. I'll probably revisit the 1.25 again, but my feelings on it were it was a little bit more blade feel than I liked with that larger gap. And I didn't really get any difference in efficiency level. So that was I'll try it again at some point. I don't know if it'll be on camera or not. But yeah, that was a shave. Hit me up in the comments. I did forget, this is the very end of the shave, so for like the 5 of you that happen to wait this long, maybe it's on you. I promised I'd do a giveaway, and so I'm gonna do a giveaway. It's impromptu. I'm not gonna do like a whole giant release thing on it or another like whole video showing the drawing. I'm just gonna do it and announce the winner. Just wish me a happy birthday in the comments. I know some of you guys might have just wished me a happy birthday organically because I talked about it early in the video. So they'll get a lucky surprise if they didn't watch this long. But if you did watch this long, wish me a happy birthday. I'll pick somebody random from the comments. Because I'm not going to announce the giveaway in the title or anything. It's just for you guys that actually tune in and watch the video just because you watch our videos and you support our channel. And I'm not trying to drive subs or anything like that. So I'll pick somebody out. I don't care if you're CONUS or not CONUS. I'll change what I'm going to give out based on that. You know, if you're CONUS, I can't give you any, alcohol-based after splashes or something like that. But I'll figure something out. Hit me up in the comments. I'll see you here next time. And thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it.